cries and whispers. On occasion, muffled voices, whispering and crying can be heard. Sometimes it's music from some unknown source. People hear their names being said. This phenomenon, as is true for the one above, gains more credibility if more than one person hears or sees the same thing at the same time. Doors opening and closing. It is unlikely that you will see a door or cupboard opening or closing, but quite likely that you would hear it without explanation. You may also enter a room and discover a door, window or cupboard is open or closed, knowing that you left it the opposite. Unexplained smells. The distinct fragrance of a perfume or cologne that you do not have in your house. This phenomenon comes and goes without any apparent cause and may accompany other phenomena, such as shadows, voices or psychokinetic phenomena. Foul odors can happen in the same way. Unexplained noises. If you're hearing unexplained footsteps, banging, rasping and scratching, they could be sounds that a spirit is present in your home. These sounds can be either loud or soft but cannot be explained as anything else. Items disappearing and reappearing. We've all been there, that moment when you can't find your house keys even though you think you left them where you normally do. Later you find them in exactly the place you were looking for them earlier, as though they've been borrowed by someone and put back. You know you definitely looked for them and could not have missed them. Items moving. If you think items are starting to move around your home, then you should start to make note of when these events happen. So if you know you put an item in a particular place and it has been moved, you can perhaps begin to consider paranormal activity. Lights turning on and off. Again, it is unlikely that you will see a light being turned on or off, but you may know you left a light on and find it is now off, or vice versa. This can also happen with electrical items such as televisions and radios. Unexplained shadows. Many people claim to have seen shadowy figures when talking about paranormal activity in their home. The sighting of fleeting shapes and shadows, seen out of the corner of your eye, could be a sign of paranormal phenomena. Strange animal behavior. Animals have sharper senses than humans and can often be an indicator that something paranormal is present. Cats may be seen staring at something across the room, and dogs may bark even though there seems to be nothing there. You could also find that your dog will refuse to enter a room they normally spend time in or cower at seemingly nothing. Feeling of being watched. If you continually get the feeling that you are being watched when you're in a particular area of the house at a particular time, then you could very well be experiencing paranormal activity. Change in temperature. If the temperature of the air around you suddenly changes, it could be a sign that a spirit is nearby. When particular rooms are colder than others or there are areas of a room that are noticeably cooler, are all signs of paranormal activity. Sources have suggested that the air around you gets colder when spirits are present as they absorb the energy around them to manifest. The colder air doesn't mean that you will see a spirit manifest, but it may be a sign that one is nearby of paranormal activity, the energy around them to manifest. Being touched. Do you get the feeling you're being touched, pushed or pulled, yet no one else is around? It could be a sign that spirits are present. Again, it is important that you try and rule other things out before coming to the conclusion that it was a spirit who touched you. For example, did you brush past a curtain or is a window letting in a slight breeze? Mild psychokinetic phenomena. Hearing a door open or close is one thing. Actually seeing it happen is quite another. Similarly, actually seeing a light go on or off by itself is greater proof that something unexplained is happening. Do you see the TV or radio turn on? Or perhaps you're present when a child's powered toy begins to operate on its own. Doors and windows are locked or unlocked. Some people report that when they are in bed they can feel and or hear something sitting on the bed. Ghostly apparitions. Physical manifestation of a spirit or entity. These phenomena are also very rare and can take many forms: human-shaped mists or forming mists of some indistinguishable shape, transparent human forms that disappear quickly, and most rarely, human forms that look as real and solid as any living person, but that disappear into a room or even while being viewed. Seeing a spirit. To be completely sure your house is haunted, you will need to actually see the entity itself. Whether a figure manifests in front of you or you catch a glimpse of it and it vanishes, these sightings are much more than the unexplained shadows mentioned previously. The figures may look completely normal or they may seem bloodied and wounded, depending on the circumstances of their death.